Okay guys, so we may have another experiment when you come to the exam. You may have this 4 experiment too. We have done it already. This is the 3rd experiment. You may have this experiment, which is percentage of water in hydrated salt. You may have this experiment. So first of all, whenever we start to any experiment, we should know which apparatus we need. Usually it will be provided to you on your table. All the apparatus which you need for your experiment, it will be available on your table. Now, first of all, we should know the name of the apparatus because you need it at the end of the experiment, because there will be a portion where you have to write the name of the apparatus you need. Okay, so first of all, we need to have a burner. Usually this is a burner which we use it, but there's another burner we call Bunsen burner, or you can use this burner as well. We have a gas in it, so we want to heat our sample with it. So this is a burner or Bunsen burner. This is another one. And then we need a beaker holder, which we hold a beaker in it. This is called beaker holder. You can see it. This is beaker holder. And then we need a beaker here. This is a beaker which is around 200 ml beaker. It will be given to you already. And then with beaker holder, we need one more thing. We call it watch glass, because we have to put on the top of the beaker so that no salt can come out of the beaker. Okay, this is called watch glass. So, and next thing, we have a spatula. We need to take our sample. This is our sample, suppose. So we have to take the sample with the spatula. And then we need to burn our burner with the help of lighter. This is a lighter. And then this thing is, we say wire gauze. We call it wire gauze to protect our beaker direct heat from the burner. Okay, so we have another thing which is usually we give to the students. We have a stand with clamp. This is a round one. You can see it here. This is a clamp. Okay, this is a clamp. Usually stand and clamp, they are together. So now we start our experiment, but before experiment we should know what are the objective of this experiment. The objective of this experiment is, you can see from the title of the experiment, which is percentage of water in hydrated salt. So we want to know the percentage of water in the given salt. Suppose this is our salt. We want to know how much percent of water is there. This is the main objective of the water, and we find the number of moles of water in our sample. Okay, clear. So let's start our experiment. First of all, we need a setup. In setup, we have a stand and clamp. We should adjust it. And then we have a burner. If you have this kind of burner, you can use it under it. If you have another Bunsen burner, you can move it around. So we have this kind of burner. We'll put it down. In this one, we have a wire gauze. We will put on it. Suppose this is a burner. This is a clamp. We'll put on the clamp. And then with the help of beaker holder, we hold a beaker and then put on the top of it. This is our first step. We should know this is our first step. This is the first step we will use in our experiment. Because what we need actually, if you look at your experiment, you will find that the mass of the beaker and watch glass, but this should be dried one. So we should know the mass of the beaker and watch glass. We must dry the beaker and watch glass before start of the experiment. Usually the student, they think that this is dried, so we can start the experiment. No, this is not dried because there might be some moisture in it. That's why we cannot start with this one. The first step is the beaker. If it is not clean, you can clean it with water. Use the towel paper to dry it. And then the final stage is to dry with the help of heating, means the burner. Okay, let's start it, because the sample we will take it later on. Okay, now one more thing we have a digital balance. We did not show it. We will show it when we use it. Okay, let's start the burner. First of all, we want to the help of the beaker holder, because it may be hot, very hot, so we cannot use our hands. So we use the beaker holder as well as remove the wire gauze. Now we will use the burner. We'll burn the burner. Let's see. I can make it here. Use the lighter first. You have to turn on the lighter and then open the gas valve like this. Be careful. Watch your hands. It's okay now. The burner is ready. I will move it under the clamp, and then before the clamp, I will put it here, the wire gauze, and over the wire gauze, we'll put the beaker with the watch glass. Okay, so you can see here you might see some moisture, some cloudy inside the beaker. This is the moisture we want to remove it. If we want to remove it a little bit faster, we can move a little bit here the watch glass with the help of the beaker holder, and then we will continue until we don't see any moisture in it, any cloud inside the beaker, so we can remove it. Now you can see here, you can see a moisture here, you may see it down. So we want to remove all the moisture from our beaker and from inside the beaker. I think it's done already. You cannot see anymore, so immediately you should stop the burner. You should stop the burner. It's okay, you can see it, there's no moisture here, you can see down here. So we will stop the burner and keep it on the top of the table for a few minutes. Usually it will take 4 to 5 minutes to cool it down. When it's been cooled down, this is the next step. This is the first step in your report to find the mass of the beaker and watch glass. We call it W1. Okay, so okay guys, so after a few minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, you will take this beaker with watch glass. It's been dried completely. You will take it to the digital balance. We didn't show it before. This is the digital balance. You make sure it is 0, and then you will put on the top of it and then find the mass of the beaker in watch glass. We say W1. When you say W1 you will write in your paper, and then you will come here, you will take the sample, and you take the sample here. So you will remove this one, the watch glass, from here with the help of the beaker holder, and then you will open the sample and then take the sample. Make sure that no sample should fall down on the pane of the balance, otherwise your reading will be different. So you take around 1 gram to 2 gram. Suppose this is, we can see it is around 1.2 grams. Okay, so you will write, this is, we put it there, but before this we should not write in our report. We should put again the watch glass on it and then see the reading. It will be W2. If suppose it is 150 before, now after adding the salt, the watch glass and beaker and salt is 151.5. So it is, the mass is 1.5 gram. We know it to be W2 minus W1. You will do the calculation there in your report. Now when we put the mass inside, the salt inside, now we will put it back to the here on the top of the burner, because we want to dry this salt. This salt has some water in it, we want to dry it. So when we dry it, we will again burn the burner as I told you, and then we will start heating the sample. Now you will see, because this salt is hydrated salt, you may see some of the the fog inside, means some of the water vapors inside, and these water vapor you can see inside it, they will be made inside the beaker. Okay, so this is the water we want to remove. Actually we have to heat until all the water is being removed completely. But the good sign is, as you know, so the watch glass is a good sign, because the watch glass will show you whether your water is being removed completely or not. It may take 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, we don't know, but we have to heat it until all the water is being removed. You can see the fog is being made inside now. You can see it if you have a closer look at it, so you can see it. So look, even on the top of the watch glass you can also see that the water is there. You can see here, you can see a little bit fog here. So this is actually the water. We will continue heating until all the fog, all the water is being removed. Now the good thing about the colored salt, usually they change their color. If it is green, blue, it will become light blue or maybe off-white. You can see here now, it's very obvious. You can see on your screen, it's too much water. You can see it. This is actually water you want to remove from the sample, but we should not keep it away, the watch glass, for a long time, because some salt, they sputter, means they jump. So we should not take anything out, anything from the beaker. So it will continue till the whole water is being removed completely. It will take time. Maybe you should be a little bit quiet and calm. So let all water removed completely from the sample.
Go.
Okay, so we heated this for 5-6 minutes until all the water is being removed. You can see here, there's no water. You cannot see any water on the watch glass. You cannot see any water inside. So it means it's completely dried. The next step is you have to wait now. You have to take it, put it on the top of the table for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Usually the more time you give, the more accurate is your result. So we will give it 5 minutes and then we will go for the balance again. After 5 to 6 minutes, we will go to the balance, take the mass again, which is W4. So it's been cooled down. We gave it 5 to 10 minutes. It's been cooled down. So now this is the time to take it to the balance, digital balance. This is digital balance. You have to get the weight again. You have to put on the top of the pan and then record your reading. It's maybe around, it's 150.1. So it means this is W4. This is the end of the experimental part. Now you will go to your calculations and observation. You will write in your report. Thank you.